as you guys can see, WWE 2K20 is officially in my hands, and I've had time to play it. I've been playing it for the last few hours, and I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm not gonna bullshit it. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not going to be the type of guy who's gonna make up lies or tell you to not buy this game or anything stupid like that. I'm gonna tell you guys how I personally feel about WWE 2K20. Now, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's gonna be said this game is gonna be dead. Like, dead on arrival. I'm not going to be one of those people. Because you want to know why I'm not going to be one of those people? Because I'm not one of those people. I'm not those people to criticize a game that literally has 0 patches. The game has come out, and when the game was first shown, there were definitely some issues. And some of the issues were fixed. You know, I've seen a lot of people say the women's hair, you know, doesn't feel right. Some of the hair looks pretty bland. Well, I've played as majority of the women, as many women as I can. Some of their hair is fine. Some of their hair is fine. And some of them I can personally agree with. Yes, I can definitely see the issues there. But the one thing that I'm not a fan of is people saying that 2K are getting exactly what they deserve with all the hate and all the backlash that they are getting for making such a terrible game. I think people are forgetting the fact that Ukes left halfway through development and 2K had to rebuild the entire game from scratch. Oh, but that's no excuse, according to majority of the people. Using Ukes as a reason to why 2K20 isn't really at best at the level of 2K19 is apparently an excuse. How is that an excuse when that is actually the truth? That's why it's an excuse, because it's the truth. That's the thing with these people. When you know something is legit true, they will straight up tell you, oh, that's just an excuse. Like I tell you people, whenever the fans like to use blonde hair as a reason to why certain wrestlers get pushed, that is a legit excuse. That is a legit excuse. It's not saying it's an excuse, but it's the truth. It's only true for Charlotte and Bliss, not for anyone else. But then again, the blonde hair shouldn't be used as a reason anyway. But anyway, off topic. Anyway, we're getting off topic here. 2K does not deserve the hate that they are getting. This game, I will say, playing it for the first time did feel a bit sluggish. It did feel a bit slow at times. When I was putting my button inputs, yes, it did feel a little slow at times. And yes, that can be looked at as an issue. It did feel a bit slow at times. It did feel a bit slow at times. I will agree. It did feel slow, and it did feel a bit sluggish. When I first got the game, I just got the 101 patch where the Raw Women's Championship had a black W when I first played it. When I was using Becky Lynch, and the W was black. But when I got the 101 patch, the W was fixed, and now it's white again. But then for some reason the belt is glitching in around Becky's waist, which was definitely weird. I will definitely say that. When I was switching her attire, when I was like switching around her attire, like for some reason, you know, the belt was glitching around her waist. And yeah, I will, again, it's like I said, this game does have its issues, and majority of them are bugs and glitches. There's no other reason why this game is bad. There's no other reason why the game is bad. It's only slow, and it's only very glitchy, and it's very buggy. It's just like what I told my friends, which of course my friends are, sometimes my friends can be a bit ignorant, because, you know, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear anyone be positive. They don't want to hear any positivity. They would rather be Mr. Negatives over here. Is that patches. Patches can easily fix the problems that happen to games. Look at 2K19, for example. When 2K19 first came out, a lot of people were talking about how bad the game is. You know, it's very glitchy. Even I was saying it was very glitchy. But 2K19, when all the patches came out, the game felt better. The game felt more playable. I had less glitches. I had less issues when I was playing the game. And that is why I created my universe mode. And that's when I created my universe mode, because I knew the game was less glitchy, and it wasn't really, you know, and it wasn't really bad. So yeah, there are problems with the game. I'm not going to lie and say there are no problems. There are problems with the game, but I'm not going to be saying, oh, 2K, you make me pay $100 for this piece of shit. You know, I had to pay $100 from my own wallet. I had to literally pay $100 from my own wallet just to get 2K20. And I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to want my money back. That $100 that I saved up, it was straight up for this game. Well, I didn't know this game was going to be $100. I thought it was going to be exactly like 2K19, around about 70, 80. But I will admit, I was surprised when this was 100. So, what are my thoughts on 2K20? Well, again, these are my earlier thoughts. These are just my early thoughts on the game, because that's the tradition that everybody does. They always have to give their first opinions on the game. But then opinions change when the patches come and all the glitches go away. So, I'm not going to say this is the worst WWE 2K game ever, because that's a stretch. No, this is not the worst WWE game ever made. The worst WWE game ever made was WWE 2K15. That was literally the worst game that was ever made. Is this a close second? Absolutely not. How do we know when there's no glitches been? How do we know when there's been no patch updates? We do know these games are going to get patch updates. Seriously, this is the thing. People get so sensitive, and we know that there's going to be, we know there's going to be updates. Oh, and by the way, did you guys know? And I will say this is a negative. This is just a negative overall on 2K's behalf. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember the old stickers that used to be on these games? I think I pretty much took them off. Yeah, I pretty much took them off. But in 2K19, there was a sticker. There was a sticker that would straight up say the DLC. You know, 2K19's DLC were Rey Mysterio and Ronda Rousey. In 2K20, I bought this and there was no sticker, so I could not get the Bumper in the Night DLC, all because I did not choose to pre-order. Because I didn't pre-order, I don't get the DLC. So, I that's a complaint on my behalf, on my end. That's a complaint to me, because the reason why I look at that as a complaint is because, well, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous that they've been doing this tradition. They've been doing this tradition since 2K17. They've been doing this tradition since 2K17 that you can get the free pre-order bonus if you don't pre-order. They'll give you the pre-order bonus in a code. I opened up the game. I was thinking maybe there's like a little code in here I missed. I opened up the game. All I got was a super card, which I'm not going to use. And I only got this. That's it. No code for the bumper in the night. Nothing. Just this stupid book, which I don't know why you would even call this a book. There's no instructions in it. Instruction manuals nowadays no longer exist. And a supercard thing, which I'm not even going to use because I don't even play supercard. Honestly. So, yeah, that's a negative on my end. I will definitely say I'm not a fan of them removing the free DLC. I will say I'm not a big fan of that because now I have to wait until the bloody Bumper of the Night DLC actually becomes a DLC where I can actually buy it, because I paid extra. I had to pay extra money to get, you know, to get money on my on my PS4 wallet. I had to pay extra. I had to pay $30. I paid $30 for some extra money on my PS4 so that I can buy some of the DLC. And I was thinking maybe the Bumper of the Night was gonna be in there, but no, it wasn't in there. So, and again, I love the fact that people hate crap on WWE2K20, but they went ahead and bought the game. See what I mean? See what I mean when people say the games are bad, but then they still proceed to buy the game? See what I mean? People that say, oh, I hate 2K games, I hate this, I hate that, but you proceed to buy the games anyway. If you guys know the game is going to be bad, just don't freaking buy the game. But it's a tradition, We gotta hate it, we gotta hate it, but we still gotta grab our wallets and pay, right? Still gotta pay that heart, we still gotta pay up our money because we want to buy the game. So it's hilarious to me. It's hilarious to me that people still go ahead and hate on these games, but they still buy them. So yeah, no matter how much hate you give the games, you will still buy them no matter what. So yeah, I'm not gonna believe anyone's garbage about 2K21 saying that they're not gonna buy the game, because we all know they are going to buy it. So, and yes, I know, some of you may be thinking, well, you haven't really been giving out your thoughts yet. Well, I have been. I have been giving my thoughts on the game. I've been giving you guys my defenses against the game for being bad, which is understandable because that's what happens when the games first come out. Do you think there's going to be a game that's going to come out and it's going to be perfect? Games are never perfect. That's another thing. This is why I'm saying this is basically my opinion. Like, games are... There's no such thing as a perfect game. There's no such thing as that. And I find it ridiculous how people actually think there is a way to create a perfect game. And also, I know I may sound like a jerk here, but people saying that 2K is getting exactly what they deserve. Do you guys know how to develop a game? Tell me, to all the people that hate on this game and they believe that 2K did a bad job, why don't you try to develop a video game? Why don't you try and spend years and years and years working hard on a video game? And then you know, purchase and then send it out to the people. It's a difficult job. It's a difficult job. You people don't know what you're talking about. Saying that the games are bad. You think you know what's best for the game? How would you know? You've never developed a game before in your life. I've never developed a game before in my life, so yeah, I can't talk. But at the end of the day, I know 2K20 is not a perfect game. I know 2K20 is not perfect. Did I enjoy myself? Yes, of course I did. Of course I enjoyed my time with the game. Yeah, the glitches were annoying. Yeah, sure. The glitches were annoying. and that is something I can definitely say. There was definitely one issue where in universe mode, I was playing through universe mode because I'll be starting up that series again. Not right away though. I'm not going to be bringing in my 2K20 series yet because, well, not because of the whole glitches and all that stuff, but it's more the fact that I want to give the game time. Maybe I get a couple of patch updates. So I'm not going to start my universe mode right away. It's more of the case that I want to give the game, time to breathe. And because I can't get the Bumper of the Night DLC, I can't get the Fiend, that issue. There's no Fiend for me to use, even though I wanted him in my universe mode. So yeah, that's kind of the reason. So I'm definitely going to be putting universe mode on hold for quite a while. It's going to be quite a while. Maybe I will live stream it here and there, but maybe just not universe mode. Maybe I'll live stream it in a different capacity. Where in a different capacity. We'll soon see. But what else can I say? Yeah, I had some issues with universe mode where the one addition that I do like to the game is that you can now freely delete matches. If there's a match that you don't like, you can now freely delete it, and you can add in matches of your own. I would definitely say that was a very nice update. Adding extra matches, you can now have 9 to 14 matches. And that can be a bit of a problem because I remember, my SummerSlam. I was doing SummerSlam, and even though the game said it had 14 slots, it only had 10 slots. And then for some reason, the slots that I couldn't get to, like match 11, 13, and 14, they were added despite the fact that I could only get up to at least 10. So yeah, again, that's a bit of an issue. That's a bit of an issue as well. If 14 having a lot of matches on universe mode is definitely a bit of a glitch, and it's definitely a bit of a problem. So yeah, I will say that can be a bit of an issue. That's a bit of a bummer. So overall, I think the game is okay. Right now, I think the game is okay. But Patrick, what are your opinions on the new controls of the game? The new controls of the game, I will admit, there has been times where I've accidentally hit the R2 button. There are definitely times where I've accidentally hit the R2 button to reverse, even though I know the reverse button is now triangle. Yeah, that can happen. Force of habits can happen, and overall, I think it will definitely take some time to get used to. I think the controls are definitely, something to get used to. I can definitely get used to the controls. Overall, I think 2K20 right now without patches is definitely a bit of a mess. It can be a bit of a mess without patches, but as soon as the patches come rolling in, I'm pretty sure the game will feel much better, because 2K did say they will listen to the fans' feedback. Because that's another thing that we must hate 2K and we must hate WWE games, or just hate WWE in general. The people that are the haters, who always have to be Mr. Negatives, the negative people, they fail to realize that 2K said that they'll listen to the fans for feedback. And Creator Championship isn't in the game, and that is something I immediately noticed. That is definitely something I noticed, because the side plates of the women's championships had no custom side plates. They had no custom side plates, so I did notice that. And yes, that's a bummer. But 2K had their reasons on why they got rid of it. They said they got rid of it because it was very glitchy and buggy, and they had to, remove it. And then they'll definitely add that in. They'll add it in a future patch update. So they did say they will put it in. People just need to be patient. When the DLC patch updates happen, I think that's when the games will definitely get better. I think when the patches come, that's when the games will get better, because and also it's a freaking game, and that's another thing I want to mention. It's just a game. Is really complaining over a video game really worth it? That's another thing I want to ask people. Is complaining over a video game worth it? It's a game. Games are meant to be played and enjoyed, and they're meant to be played on. They're meant to be played with. They're not meant to be things that you're meant to whine and complain about. Oh, but Patrick, that's like saying you go to a movie. That's like saying you're going to a movie and you just have to sit there and enjoy the movie whether you really liked it or not. Well, yeah, fair enough. That's a fair enough point. That's a fair enough reason. But again, I just can't help to think that people are just being negative over the game just because you want to be negative. You don't want to be you're being negative because you want to be negative. I don't find the game terrible. The game's not terrible. It can be, like I said, it can be glitchy and pretty annoying at times, but again, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's just not terrible. The game's not terrible. It's not in me to be negative. Even though I have pointed out there are some problems with the game. And I'm pretty sure those problems will be fixed. Those problems will be fixed. There's no doubt about it. But the one thing I will say is that if 2K just put this game out and they just left it this way and they never bothered with patch updates, then I would have an issue. That is when I would speak my mind and have an issue. But because nowadays games get patches and they get updates, yeah, I think when patches happen, the game will get fixed. It happened to 2K19. It happened to WWE2K20. The game got fixed with the patches it got, and everyone enjoyed 2K19 at the end when all the patches came in. I think this game is going to be following the same route as 2K19. It will start off really bad, but then when the patches get added in and everything gets fixed, that's when the games will be at its most best. So yeah, there you go, guys. Those are my thoughts and opinions on WWE2K20. Yeah, right off the bat, yeah, it's not really all that great. But like I said, patches will happen, and I'm pretty sure the game will get better. So you guys can let me know down below your thoughts on WWE2K20. You guys can give me your thoughts and opinions down below. What are you guys thinking of the game so far? Be sure to hit that like button as well if you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, leave your thoughts and opinions on the game down below as well. And I will see you all in the next video. And yeah, I decided to do this instead of my Raw review, because I just didn't care about Raw. I more care about my 2K20. So, anyway guys, take care.